What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and this is going to be my review on episodes 1 and episodes 2 of the new Fox series, Scream Queens. Let's get this party started. Okay, so spoiler alerts if you haven't watched it yet. You can watch it online actually. I'll have the link in the description on the Fox website where you can watch the first and second episode of the Fox series Scream Queens. I'll have the link in the description just in case you missed it. So, episode 1 and episode 2 aired on the same day, and they were titled Pilot for episode 1, and episode 2 was titled Hell's Week. And this is going to be a combined review on both of them. So, yeah, it's just going to be a summary on what stood out to me. Not exactly everything that happened in both of the episodes, but just a summary on both of them. So, as you all know, Scream Queens is a comedy horror series, so there's a lot of ridiculous stuff going on in it, but it does follow a serious storyline. It starts out with a flashback from year 1995 of these girls having a party while they're in college at a sorority house. And this one girl has a baby in a bathtub, and her friends walk upstairs and they're all mad at her for having a baby in the bathtub. But then eventually, later on, they go downstairs to dance to Waterfalls by TLC, and eventually the girl bleeds out and dies, and these girls apparently cover it up. So, it starts out with that flashback scene, but then in the next scene, it cuts to the present time, and there's this stuck-up girl named Chanel, who's played by Emma Roberts. She's the leader of the sorority house, like the queen bee of the sorority house, and, she has her minions named Chanel number 2, we don't know their real names, but Chanel number 2, who's played by Ariana Grande, Chanel number 3, and Chanel number 5. There was a Chanel number 4, but she got a tonsil infection, and then she went home and died. That's what I heard while I was watching it. But then, so Chanel is basically the queen bee, and she has all her followers and everything, and she's the leader of her sorority house. And her sorority house is called Kappa Kappa Tau, and I don't know where they get that name from. It sounds just as ridiculous as everything that's going on. And Jamie Lee Curtis is the dean of the university they're going to, and the dean's name is Kathy, and she calls in Chanel to the office because she wants to her office, and she actually wants to get rid of the sorority house, but the sorority president named Gigi Caldwell, she makes them both agree to an agreement that if they won't get rid of the sorority house, but Kappa Kappa Tau has to accept everyone who volunteers and everyone who wants to join the sorority house, and that just obviously stirs up some tension. And then, after that, a whole bunch of ridiculous stuff happens throughout these 2 episodes, but here's what stood out to me. We get an introduction from the main character. Her name is Grace, and she wants to join the sorority house, but then she meets a barista at a coffee shop, and he's also a Germanist, named Pete, who warns her not to join the sorority house or anything, not to join the sorority house and to stay away from it, but she doesn't listen to him anyway, because Chanel, the leader of the sorority house, says that he's a registered sex offender and that he was stalking her. So then, Chanel's obviously really upset with the plan that they have to accept everyone into the sorority house, because she only wants, like, cool and popular girls to join the sorority house. She doesn't want the geeky or nerdy girls to join at all. So Chanel makes a plan with the maid, who she treats horribly throughout the first episode, to scare away the new recruits who want to join the sorority house. So she makes a plan. They're going to stage a fight, and Chanel is gonna shove the maid's face into the hot boiling oil for the hot boiling cooking oil by the stove. But the oil's not supposed to be on, and it's not supposed to be boiling at all, so it's not supposed to hurt the maid at all. So then, Eventually that ends up happening, but something goes horribly wrong with the prank. What happens is the oil was actually was turned on, and she stuck the maid's face in the bubbling oil, and the maid's face melted, and she died. And everyone gets freaked out, and they want to get rid of the maid's body, but Grace wants to tell the police. But then Chanel, with all her followers, she says she makes everyone blackmail, and if Grace actually, everyone blackmail Grace. So if Grace actually tells the police that Chanel stuck the maid's face into the burning oil, everyone was going to turn around and say that Grace actually did it instead. So then Grace doesn't tell it all. So then they hide the maid's body, but the maid's body eventually disappears, and they don't know where her body went. And Chanel actually thinks that the maid actually didn't die, and is back up getting revenge. And what I mean by getting revenge is, soon after the maid dies, Ariana Grande, aka Chanel number 2, gets murdered by the demon killer who's on the loose at the campus. This man in a red cape and a red demon, not me, but this man in a red cape and a red demon mask, he stabs her to death. And her death was absolutely ridiculous. She's standing there in front of the killer, texting him and everything, and he's texting her back. And then while she's getting stabbed to death by the killer, she crawls towards her computer and she tweets about it while he's stabbing her, and then he stabs her in the head and she dies. So then they find her body, and they hide her body. And I actually thought that was kind of sad, because I really didn't want Ariana Grande to be killed off in the series that soon. But then what happens next is, the girls, they haze the other girls by burying them up to their necks outside. But then the demon killer starts a tractor, and he runs over one of the girls' heads and decapitates her, the deaf Taylor Swift girl. And I thought that was sad, because I actually liked the deaf Taylor Swift girl. I didn't want her to die that soon. And I was tweeting, damn, Scream Queens, you're killing off my favorite girls in the first episode. What the hell? It was funny. I didn't want those 2 girls to die that soon, but people come, people die. That's how these shows are. So then, the dean then hires a security guard police officer woman to protect all of them. And she's absolutely ridiculous. She's telling the girls how to stay safe. She says, if you see anything, just scream and I'll be right there. But if I don't be right there, then just call my phone number and my walkie-talkie number, and I'll be able to help you. And the security guard, she's not even a real cop. She doesn't have a gun at all. And when something bad actually does happen, when her other security guard friend gets murdered, she throws her dead security guard's friend's body out the car window, and she drives off and she leaves all of them. And she wasn't very reliable for any of them. And also the dean tells all of them that they have to stay on the campus until the whole murdering thing is solved, and until till everything's solved, they have to stay on campus the whole entire time. They can't leave or go home. And I just thought that was funny, though, because that was just a way to break the plot hole of that they can leave, that they have to be trapped there until they all get murdered one by one. And so far, the series, it does seem really intense, but because it's a comedy, there's a lot of goofy and hilarious stuff happening. But there's something about this series, like everything that's happening, you actually can take it seriously, because it is some pretty serious stuff. A killer's on the loose at campus and killing all these girls. And that's basically everything that stood out to me. So share your thoughts. What stood out to you on episode 1 and 2 of the Fox series Scream Queens? Please make sure to comment and share your thoughts, because I thought it was pretty funny, and I thought they did a really nice job on it. And it's kind of like a murder mystery on who the killer is. Eventually the killer is going to be found out at the end of this season. I'm not sure who the killer could be. I think it most likely is Nick Jonas, but obviously someone is helping him, because we see that Nick Jonas faked his death in this scene, because the killer took him out of the morgue box and helped him escape. But in the next episode, it seems like it's revealed that Grace finds out that she's the baby who was born at the party in year 1995. So I'm interested in seeing where that goes. The series seems very interesting so far. It comes on every Tuesdays, and yeah, that's my review on episode 1 and 2 of the Fox series Scream Queens. So please comment and share your thoughts on this. And that's basically it. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to both my channels. And don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. And that's it. So, peace out, people.